Hi, everybody. I am Corey Truax with North Greenville University.
I'm Dr. Patricia Mercier, overseeing the online General Studies program.
And this is everything you need to know about that online General Studies program in 5 minutes. Dr. Mercier, I want to start here. Who are these students who pursue general studies degrees? Because I remember being in high school, no one talked about a general studies degree. So who are these students?
Most of our students are ones that have hopped through several different schools, attended various places, maybe been in different majors. And it's basically a degree completion program, but we focus from a Christian worldview and oversee different liberal arts categories of sciences, math, history, humanities, kind of do a breadth of the subjects.
So this is the student out there who has invested time and money, got a lot of transcripts from a lot of places, got a lot of hours, but they're looking to complete a degree. Do I have that right?
Absolutely,
okay.
Yes.
Then to expand on that a little more, like when I see people with a history degree, I assume I know what they're talking about in their classes. Or I see someone with an English major, I bet they're talking about Shakespeare in there. That's my guess. When I'm thinking about a general studies course, what should I be thinking about?
So basically, we are going to be taking courses from the various schools and disciplines. So general studies in our seminar courses, we focus in on what skills, what concepts, critical thinking, things like that. What are we gaining from these various disciplines and courses that we've taken? How can we take these skills and concepts into the real world, dealing with real world issues and problems, dealing with any kind of job that you're preparing for.
You just elicited in me something I highly appreciate. I want you to maybe talk about this a little. I started talking about a credential, finishing a degree, just having the credential. You started talking about skills and actually applying those.
Absolutely.
So would you talk just a little bit more about the balance? I mean, the credential is important. We want you to get the credential, but maybe the emphasis of the program on the skills, not just the credential.
So our focus is to kind of take this and say, reflect on what we've learned from our various classes. And what does it mean? Discover what God has called us to do. What's our place? Maybe our place wasn't exactly in one of these silos, these specific disciplines that connect, that people just automatically know. One of the good things that we talk about is when you go to an employer, you now have to explain who you are, what you know, and what you're called to do. And that focus lets people get to know you and who you are versus just an automatic thought, judging a book by a cover, if you will.
Now 20 years into the professional world for me, I tell you, the folks I've most highly valued aren't the ones with just one expertise. It's been the ability to be, I can use the word interdisciplinary, to find the connections between various things and apply that to the job. So are we saying general studies is maybe one of the programs to teach that skill?
We do. Interdisciplinary studies, of course, on campus learns to integrate different disciplines, and we take bounce off of their concepts of dealing with complexity of real world problems and so forth. But we do more of a focus from the breadth of things, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yeah. How does it come together, and what are you going to do with it?
I know this program for your general studies is both on campus and online. I suspect it appeals more to the online student who's collected all those college transcripts over the years. So I wonder what you would tell me about the both advantages and challenges of online education. I'm sure there are some challenges to it, but what are the advantages that come along with it?
Well, the advantage is the flexibility of when you can study, not having to be in the classroom at a particular time, especially when you're working and busy and so forth. So if you have time at 1 a.m. in the morning, you can get online, you can do your work, you can submit what you need to do. Again, some of the disadvantages is the fact that you are probably a busy student. You're probably working, you probably have family, you have other obligations going on, and 8 weeks is very fast.
Yeah.
8 weeks, it's good that you only have to focus in on 8 weeks, and you have 2 classes to focus in on during that time, but it's only 8 weeks, so we go through the material very quickly. And it's not one of those programs where you can just do it when you want, when you have time. You do have to get the assignments in by a designated time frame. So there is that accountability to stay on top of it. However, in our academic success class, one of the first onboarding classes for online programs is we discuss time management and those different skills and ways to be able to be successful with your program as you go through.
Dr. Mercier, thank you for the time very much. You can find more about all of North Greenville University's general studies programs at ngu.edu. You can also apply there as well and get started. And that is everything you need to know about North Greenville University's general studies programs in 5 minutes.